we have to talk about Daniel Jones. So in this world
outside of the interceptions, he played well. That was going around.
Outside of the interceptions, he played well. Does that include the almost interception at the start? Outside of the interceptions and the almost interception,
outside
he played
of those.
well.
Look, 66.7 grade with those 3 turnover-worthy plays. So we had 3 big-time throws. What? Go ahead.
Yeah. So in this world of like...
You asked for more aggressiveness and volatility. When you have 6... we'll call them game-changing throws, Sam. I've tried that before. So game changers. You got big-time throws plus turnover-worthy plays. Those are game changers, both positive or negative. He's got 6 out of 18. When 33% of your passes are, quote, game-changing throws, they're doing what you want, Sam. He's doing what you want. He's being aggressive. He's playing all crazy.
The ambiguous game-changing throw. Yeah. So... his turnover-worthy plays in this game were so bad. Like, there's, it's preseason in this world of, like, what does it mean? A quarterback of Daniel Jones' experience and with his time in this offense, it's not like there's a new system that's being implemented last week and this is, like, the first time he's running through these play calls. Daniel Jones theoretically should know what he's doing at this point, right? Particularly coming out of Duke. He should know, right? And these are plays that, like, if any of these rookie quarterbacks that we were talking about were making these plays, you'd be like, wow, that's a concerning reason to not start in week 1.
He's just trying some stuff.
And instead, Daniel Jones is sitting there on this $100+ million contract, like, heaving these ridiculous throws. The safety turned pick 6 was one of the most absurd plays anybody made this weekend.
It's just experiment.
At any level, right? Forget starters, forget first round. Any quarterback that saw game time in this preseason, that's one of the worst plays that was made. Like, it was a bad play going south, ending in a safety, and Daniel Jones found the only way possible of making it worse, which is, what if I took a guaranteed safety and turned it into 6 for the opposition instead? Just nightmare. And that was after he tried to throw an interception right to Derek Stingley. Just catastrophic mistakes from Daniel Jones. Now, as you rightly point out, he did have some big-time throws as well. And like Malik Neighbors, I assume one of them was that pass early to Malik Neighbors where he didn't come down with it.
Yeah, the one he didn't come down with, and then the back shoulder away from Neighbors.
So, early in the game, one of his best throws didn't count as well. This idea of the stat sheet doesn't always tell the full story. I mean, that was a very nice play that Neighbors didn't come down with. Now, Neighbors then made up for that later on and made some nice plays. But, like, you come away from that game, like, Derek Stingley looked phenomenal. I mean, he broke on the ball early.
I have a different take on that first pass. I implore the Stingley pass. I implore Ben to take that one off the board.
Why?
I think that's on Neighbors.
I don't think it is. Like that
was bad depth on his route. That was in my Neighbors' notes.
I don't know there's anything Neighbors could have like Stingley is sitting in off coverage waiting for that.
Doesn't matter. Neighbors should be in between Stingley and the ball, and I think Neighbors is running that little what should be a 5-yard hitch. Listen to me, Sam. This is not bad. 5-yard hitch, should be out of his break better, coming back to it a little bit at 5, and he's drifting to 6 or 7 and letting Stingley get in there. That's on Neighbors.
Jones can't throw that
Ben,
ball.
It's on Neighbors.
Jones can't throw that pass.
Why?
Because the corner is waiting for it. He's literally sitting there playing that exact. That's all Stingley is playing on that
7
throw.
yards off, and if Neighbors stops at the 22-yard line where he probably should have broken off his route, and he works back, it might get broken up, but he's got a chance to catch it. That's a standard 5-yard hitch that Neighbors was off on. Neighbors had a slow start in this game because he was going to be one of my talking points. Neighbors had a slow start. I think this route is off, and of course he had that pass he should have hauled in. That was a good Daniel Jones throw. Now the safety turned touchdown. Yeah, it's one of the worst plays. What was the year where Daniel Jones had like a couple of the worst -2s we've seen?
Any given year of Daniel Jones'
couple
career.
Years. There was a couple years ago. So yeah, I disagree on the first one. I think it's more on the receiver.
I don't think Daniel Jones can put that ball in the air. Like, the corner is sitting there staring at him the entire way. It's his only read. He's looking right at it, and instead he chooses to throw it. Now, does Neighbors push it too deep, trying to get the corner to back off. Sure.
Off coverage quarters, man.
Right, but the corner's squatting on it. Like, it's even if Neighbors hooks that up at the 20-yard line and puts himself between the corner and the ball, at best, it's a contested target right into the guy that's playing it. Like, it's a bad throw that ends up looking worse because the receiver doesn't help him out on the play. But this is what happens when you're running a route against a guy who knows what you're trying to do. Like, you are trying to convince a guy to do something different, but he's simply not concerned with what you're running because all he's doing is playing the play, like the play call.
The other Stingley pass was just a beautiful interception.
Yes.
I mean, that was just so good. There was really nothing there. Stingley's pinning the receiver to the sideline, makes a great play on the ball. Jones leaves it too far inside. I mean, look, we already talked about Daniel Jones in his rookie year preseason. Last year in the preseason, he looked fantastic, and him and Darren Waller looked like they were ready to hook up 150 times during the year. So I'm not going to – I know who Daniel Jones is. All right? I don't care about Daniel Jones preseason. I'm not going either way. Game-changing throws or not. I'm going neither way here with Daniel Jones.
Well, my point being, you have this fascinating dynamic of, Derek Stingley was amazing, but Daniel Jones was also awful. I don't know. I think any starting quarterback or any guy that you expect to be playing with the first team to have those types of mistakes, I think is problematic, especially when the guy is on, a big-term contract, when the guy needs to be good this year. Like your offseason was about, no, we're not going to go quarterback. We're going to get Neighbors. We're going to help him out. And that's the first return from it. That's awful for the Giants.
What did you think of Neighbors in this game, though? Because, we just talked about I think there might have been a question. Either way, it was a questionable route. He was indecisive on that, whether the depth was right or wrong. Like, there was some indecisiveness there on the first one. Could have hauled in the second pass from Jones. Other than that, though, I thought he looked pretty athletic and showed some of that big playability.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's explosive. His kind of bounce and just athleticism at the catch point is really impressive. There was a really nice sideline catch that he made where he gets his feet down as well. Like, he looks explosive and looks like a difference maker within this offense. But obviously he's not the absolute finished article already.
He had to go up and get a few of those passes. I don't know if there was one he kind of jumped for. I don't know if it was as high as he made it look. That was the one question I had. Is he making some plays look a little bit more difficult than they need to be? But the back shoulder throw, I thought he did need to go up and get, and that was a nice sideline type of play. I mean, he looks like a difference maker. And then to your point, yeah, there's some polish, to be added there that could make him even better. Which is, look, how long did we talk about Neighbors versus Marvin Harrison Jr.? Right. And so that those are different dynamics, right? Neighbors might be, Neighbors is probably more explosive and has better big playability, but Marvin Harrison Jr. is running routes he should be running routes at a Pro Bowl type level, at least as a start, right? A starting caliber level already, different kinds of games, and I think both guys are going to still be extremely productive right from the get-go.